Hello, fellow animal lovers. So this video is going to be dedicated to you amazing people who are trying to figure out how to feed your dogs raw. Okay, so just let me give you a little bit of background. A raw diet is what your dog would naturally eat if they weren't cooped up in your home. And I also want you to remember this. How would you feel if you had an advanced nose and an advanced taste bud system and you were forced to eat the same dry, nasty food every day of your entire life? Our dogs have advanced smell, you guys, which means they have advanced taste buds. So you want to brighten your pup's day, feed them the best that you can feed them. Now, I know what you're thinking. Feeding raw is going to get expensive. And I live in an apartment in a city, Sam, and I can't raise my own meat. But what you can do is reach out to small local homesteads and farmsteads around you, like Starkey Farmstead if you're in the Southeast Louisiana area, and we will grow out animals and butcher them for you. Put them in a bag, seal it up, and all you have to do is put it in your freezer and you defrost it when you're ready for your dog to eat that meat. For some people, it means feeding raw meat on the weekends and dry dog food through the week. Do it however you have to do it, but the more raw meat and organ meats you can introduce to your beloved pet, the healthier they're going to be. It also gives their gut a chance to bounce back from all that dry, highly processed, dead food we're feeding them. So even if you can only do it 2 days a week, you're going to see a difference in your pet. You're going to see them feel better. You're going to see them not have as many arthritic issues. You're going to see their fur become healthier and shinier, and they're going to remind you of the puppy that you fell in love with or the kitten. So I clipped together some videos from prior videos that I've done, because what's the point in speaking it twice, right? I've already said it once. So I just clipped these videos together for you. Also feeling a little under the weather. So this allows me to say hi guys to you and get back in bed and rest, but still put out pertinent information to help you help those people and those animals you love most in your life. God bless you. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And I did find a calculator on the Barf, B-A-R-F site. If you're wanting to raw food, feed your dogs, I advise that you go to that site and check it out. And I found a calculator that what you do is you put in your dog's weight. So Hammer is like, he's back up to like 84 pounds. So I just rounded up to 85. 85 times 0.05. And the equal, right? So that tells me how many pounds of raw food he has to have a day. Now, I crush up eggshells and I also give them raw chicken, raw turkey neck. I'm talking about the bones, like the raw bones, uncooked. Rabbit bones, they have to have bones in their raw food diet. So it can't just be ground beef. Like that's not going to give your dog everything that he needs. He's going to need connective tissue. He's going to need organs. He's going to need bone. And he's going to need muscle meat. So it can be kind of confusing. The way we're doing it is 15% of the weight of the food they need to eat that day is bone. Now, I was given some very good advice. Someone told me to call the local packaging area, slaughterhouse. For me, that's Cotrairs. I called them. They collected their bone dust from when they cut their meat today for us. It's several pounds and it only cost us $4. We're going to go to Kentwood and pick that up. Now, what that's going to give my dogs is that connective tissue, bone powder, basically, and some bone marrow. So if I don't have bone to feed that day, I can put a couple of handfuls of that on top of their raw meat, and it's like they got a piece of bone. So that's a way you can do it if you don't always have bone to add into their diet. You can also crush up eggshell to supplement some of that 15% of their bone. Gives your body what it needs to stay healthy. Healthy soil produces healthy food. And when you eat healthy, you feel better. It's the same way with our animals. Hi, baby. Hi, kitty. So this is the born kitty that Stephen rescued. And she is now on a part dry, part raw food. Cats are a little different, so I need to do a little more research for her on getting her to a fully raw diet. But she is half and half. Dry food, kibbles, and yeah, and half raw meat. And she's super duper healthy. Never been to a vet yet. Now, the reason I bring this topic up, hey Miss Chris, is because I want you guys to understand that you can feed your dogs better, reduce your vet bills, and still not break the bank. You can treat your animals in ways that are a little different and still do an amazing job, because my German Shepherd does not have adult heartworms, yet he has never once in his life taken a heartworm pill, and he sleeps outside with the livestock. So I don't do anything to protect him from the mosquitoes that swarm us here in Southeast Louisiana 9 months out of the year. Yet he doesn't have adult heartworms. Okay? With the puppy, I will do the same thing. Guys, bagged food, when they say like animal proteins or fat, it can be fat from grease, from a restaurant. It could be from euthanized animals. It could be from anything. They're very good at hiding what they're putting in your dog's food. Do y'all remember several years ago when kids with ADHD, when it first came out, they realized that there were specific food coloring dyes that are banned in Eastern European countries? These things were banned, all right, because they noticed that the kids, it was actually causing ADHD and ADD in these children, like this one specific red dye and this one specific yellow dye. Those dyes are found in your dog's food. So a lot of people have behavioral or emotional problems with their dogs, and it is literally coming from the dyes in the food. The preservatives that they use, 2 of them, one is like BHT and I can't remember what the other one is called, but they have been known to cause cancer in rats. Like, they know this. In fact, they're starting to ban that preservative for human food, yet they have no issues with putting it in your beloved pet's food. So what I'm trying to say to you is, it is expensive to be on a 100% raw food diet for your dogs. It is expensive. But if you own a farm or homestead or farmstead or even a backyard, you could essentially raise, you get you 1 buck, 2 rabbits, and you dedicate 1 rabbit, and all of her kits that she has that year will be used to feed your dogs, okay? They can have the raw bone, the intestines, they could even have the fur. We don't give it to them because we just don't want to have any kind of digestive problem. Like, I've not gotten that comfortable with the raw food that I'm willing to feed feathers or fur. But yesterday I took a bitty that probably stood about this tall, a couple of ounces. I took its head off, took its feet off, I took its feathers off. I gave the head and feet to Hammer, and I gave the entire body to the 10-week-old Dogo puppy. He had no problem eating through the bone, the connective tissue, the organs. He had no issue with it, no issue at all. So I already raised chickens and rabbits here. Now, rabbit meat is extremely low in fat, so they couldn't survive just off of rabbit meat, okay? So I will have to dedicate one of my does to growing out her babies for my dogs. Every kit that she has will go just to feeding the dogs and the cat. I will incubate and hatch eggs, and every rooster that I get, I will now butcher out to feed the dogs. Okay, I'm talking feet, heads, beaks, the whole 9 yards, everything. Everything is going to feed the dogs. They can have some organic vegetables out of the garden. It's not going to hurt them. It's actually kind of good for them. But I'm going to stay away from grains like corn, wheat, barley. A lot of you have dogs with skin allergies. Guys, they're allergic to all of those grains. They don't need them. They're not human. Let's recap. Stay away from grains. Wheat, corn, barley. Meat, you don't want that in your dog's food. Second, you can introduce some organic vegetables. Would I personally try to get my dog to go vegan? Absolutely not. Nor would I try to get them to go vegetarian. It's not healthy for them. It's not how they're made. It's not how their digestive tract is made. Just remember this. Your dog's stomach is more acidic than yours by quite a bit. Therefore, they can eat rotten meats that would kill you and I, be perfectly okay for them. Second thing, a lot of people ask me, what about like when you go and get food boxes from the food pantry and they have the cooked meats in there. Guys, if that's all you've got, go for it. Go for it. To me personally, it's going to be better than the bagged dog food anyway. Do what you have to do. But you could even do just fresh yard eggs. If you've got a couple of chickens and for 1 meal a day, you could just feed your dog fresh chicken eggs with the crushed eggshells in it to supplement on top of having to do the bagged dog feed. And I've told you guys before, make sure if you're going to have to stick to bagged dog feed that you change it up. Now, I know a vet's going to tell you differently, but let me tell you why I say that. It's called a vitamin toxicity. And as we're seeing more and more of these different dog foods be recalled, it makes me wonder how many of them are accidentally or intentionally raising the vitamin requirements in their food and then catching it when it's too late and your dog is now poisoned. So if every other week you'll change up their food, you can divert the toxicity to their organs just a little bit and give them a better chance to flush out their systems. You can also use things like ground up pumpkin seeds with the shells to worm your dogs and treatments like iodine for heartworms. We have other videos out on that. If you guys are interested in those topics, if you'll drop me a request in comments, I'll do what I can to put out more videos to help you keep your animals healthy without the need of an expensive vet. God bless you guys. Good night.